Good afternoon, everybody. It's lunchtime. I'm just going to play some Lunchtime. Final Fantasy XIV is the plan. I'm just letting it load up now. And then we'll see how we get on. Got a few things that I want to get through with my Lunchtime play today. I've not done any of my level 80 duties yet this week, so I want to get on with some of that. Oh, that's coming through really loud for me. There we go. Hopefully that's going to be the right balance. So I want to get through some of my level 80 duties, I think, first, and then get back to my Paladin, which I've been leveling up. Slowly working on leveling up. So that is the plan. So I think let's start by switching into Warrior. It's the one I'm most comfortable in for my level 80 duties. I'm just going to tidy my armory chest, just sort everything before I go into a duty. Get that sorted. It's going to make it easier to see the loot that I've got at the end. Awesome, and then I'm going to start queuing. So I'm going to start with... Let's start with a level 80 roulette. Queue for that one. And we're straight in. Excellent. So this one gives me a choice of 3 different dungeons. Let's see which one we're going to get. All from right at the highest level stuff in the game. Waiting for it to load. And we have got Academia Oneida. Okay. Just say hey to everyone. Awesome, and we're off. Time start is on. Okay. So, apologies for those who've heard this many times before, but to explain, so we're in a dungeon. It is a level 80 dungeon. We are going to have 3 sets of mobs, followed by 3 bosses in between them. Hey Hutch, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're already underway and in a dungeon, so we're going fairly swiftly. And this is today going to be the complete opposite of my Final Fantasy for Beginners ideas, because I'm doing level 80 content at the moment, so I'm doing the highest content possible in the game. But we're going to kill some things and fight some bosses and have some fun. And it's going to get me some... Look at me showing off. It's not really showing off, it's just there's a special currency, effectively, that you get from level 80 dungeons. It's capped on how much you can get each week, and I have not yet done any level 80 stuff to get any of it. And a week in Final Fantasy runs until Tuesday morning. So it's early days still, but I just want to get started getting the currency so that I can spend it on the stuff that I want to spend it on. Because it's going to get me some better armor and stuff, and improve my stats. So that is the plan. Have you been here for one of my explanations of the different roles before, Hutch? I don't know if you've been through that. I can explain that for you if you would like. Oh, and hello to whoever else has joined. You did a bit of an oopsie. You don't think you have? Okay, cool. So, to explain, and this is some of what we'll eventually get around to explaining on the beginners streams, but not immediately, because it will take a little while until we get to this level of being able to do this on the beginner stream. So you can see in the top left hand side it lists 4 different people that are in the party. So that's what's called a light party. That's kind of the standard size of party in Final Fantasy XIV. And at the top is me. I am tank, so it's my job to draw aggro. Effectively, all of my abilities are suited towards drawing aggro from enemies, and as a as a class, I have very high defense stats, so I can take a lot of damage. So I'm the tank. Underneath that person called Miko Miyamoto today is our healer. So Miku's job is to keep us all alive, but especially to keep me alive. Because if I'm taking all the damage, if I die, then everyone else is going to start taking the damage that I was taking, which isn't going to go very well. And Miku is playing in a role called White Mage. So Miku is like a full-on conjurer, casting healing spells and stuff. And then finally at the bottom two are our DPS, so they've got a high level of damage per second. So today we have Kiri, who is a monk, so monks use their fists, and Aya, who is a black mage, so casting lots of spells to do damage. So that's the idea, is I am keeping everything attacking me, the healer is keeping us all alive, and that leaves the DPS able to do lots of damage and squish things nice and quickly. So it's kind of like a nice symbiotic relationship. It sounds kinky. Which bit sounds kinky? And I've got a big axe. I play as my warrior today, which means I'm using a big axe to attack things. I'm intrigued which bit sounds kinky. You know the bit. I don't know which bit sounds kinky. Squish? The squishy bit. Was that what sounded kinky? I'm really confused. But that is kind of, at its most basic, that's how Final Fantasy XIV... The bit where you intentionally confuse me. Okay, fine. Fine. That's kind of the most basic thing in Final Fantasy XIV. And a lot of MMO RPGs, it's this kind of relationship between these three roles. And once you understand that, everyone can understand what they're meant to be doing. Here we go. So we're about to get to the first boss. This will be a good example. Although this first boss is kind of like two bosses. It's a bit, waiting for the last one. Here we go. We're all here. So you can see, because I'm the tank, here we go. The boss is going to keep... I'm going to zoom out a bit for you as well so you can see. The boss is going to keep attacking me. So it's facing me and attacking me. And everyone else is standing behind it, because that keeps them out of a lot of its attacks, so they don't get hit by them. And it also... What's the other thing it does? My brain's going to catch on me. It also means they can attack it from the back and the side, where typically they're going to do more damage, because its defensive capabilities are the highest around the time for most enemies. So he's going to do an AoE, so I'm going to move out of the way. There we go, this is going badly. And then if you see the big orange cone things, Hutch, those are AoE attacks. So everyone should be moving to get out of the way of those, because it's not going to end well if we don't. You see, stop moving. Okay, stop moving over there. Okay, I'm going to get way out of the attack that's about to happen. Okay, because I don't want to be in that one. What are they? Swap. Built this macro keyboard a while ago, meant to upload new software to it, but you accidentally loaded the wrong serial device and I have absolutely no idea what you just broke. Uh-oh. I mean, having no idea what you broke is never fun. Where is that? So I'm just making sure I don't get hit by these bosses' AoE attacks as well. Why are they both stood here? Why isn't... There we go. Thank you. Go back and do some swimming. That's your job. Swim around. Swim around. While we squish your friend. You'll leave the troubleshooting to go to Future Hutch. He'll love it. Amazing. Where is the boss coming from? Where am I going to get caught in this AoE? Over here. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Cool. Out the AoE. I love this boss music. It's the best. It's not as good as the boss music in the last boss, so... Oh, tidal guillotine. I need to get out of the way of this. Uh-oh. No, oh shit, what happened there? Oh, fuck, I got hit by it. Oh, that's because I wasn't looking. It won't accept F13 through 24 as hotkeys. I don't even know what F13... Does your keyboard actually have those, or is it like a secondary function? I'm intrigued. Oh, the bot's finally said I'm live. I forgot, I meant to put it live. I put on like my will start streaming soon thing, like Andre does, to try and basically get the word out there earlier. So that I don't have to do the beginning bit with literally nobody to talk to. They're in the keyboard spec, but never actually used. Therefore, no program actually uses them. Ah, okay. Which is why I use them for your macro keyboard. Okay, that makes sense. I gotcha. I follow. I follow. So that was boss number 1. Off to boss number 2. Who's a big, horrible... Where is this? There we go. Got the one I didn't have. I'm doing small pulls today. I'm not in the mood for doing big pulls and having us fighting lots of things all at the same time. Just not the mood I'm in for today. You might like... I like the next batch of enemies that we see. So you'll have to take a look at those in a moment because they're amazing and cute. And I obviously got caught in something, so I've got a load of status effects on me. Here we go, here we go. Boom. We might have programmed the entire film wrong, who knows? I don't know. Well, that's Future Hutch's problem though, isn't it? It's not right now Hutch's problems. So all of these little onions are like the cutest things. I find them like hilariously funny. Onions, tomatoes, garlic, eggplants. They were a boss in Final Fantasy XII, and now they've been fit into Final Fantasy XIV. It's just hilarious and adorable. They're actually a really difficult, quite challenging boss. There's also a break somewhere in a solder joint in my tester board as not all the RGB lights are. Ugh, it's annoying as well. Not having the RGB lighting on would be a pain. I've had an annoyance. I went into my spare room and I measured the space and that desk won't fit. So I'm back looking at desks again to see if I can find a new one. Yeah, it is a bit annoying, and also, like, I liked that desk, and now I'm comparing every other desk to that desk, if that makes sense. I really liked that it had, instead of having, like, the little keyboard thing underneath that pulls out, it had, like, the big thing above, so there was a load of space underneath where the monitor would go. That I liked, because it was going to be useful for, like, all of my cable management and everything, and, you know, sticking my capture card underneath there and keeping it all tidy and things, and now... I'm looking at other options. Yeah, the advantage you can make it custom, not everyone can do that. I mean, I could make it custom, I'm just not sure I have the effort. If I can be bothered with the effort of making a custom one. And now I'm finding the problem is that a lot of the ones that will fit, they just kind of feel too small. I'm trying to find something that's kind of in between the two sizes. I'll find something though. And it might not be a corner one anymore, it might be like a normal one. A custom one, yeah. I get your point about not bothering if you don't have a decent amount of space. That makes sense, I guess. Here we go, Cactor. Which is the cutest thing. I love this Cactor. I'm intrigued to see, I don't know, if I can try and find one of those ones that, like, can be slightly more extendable in size, that I can actually just make it fit the space without needing a custom one. I just kind of want to take up the space fully. To it's an annoyance that I thought it was going to be enough space, but I'm like 10 centimeters short on one side. Because that part of the wall has, there's the corner, and then a little bit out from the corner there's a bit where effectively the steel support for the building is going up, so it kind of juts out again. If I didn't have that jutting out bit, yeah, 10 centimeters is annoying. And I say it's because this bit that juts out. If it didn't jut out, it'd be fine. But I thought it would be. I was only thinking about one side. We used to have a bookcase there, so I was thinking about the other side of where the desk would go of the corner, and how much space the bookcase took up, and whether we'd have enough space on that side. Not at all coming out of the wall towards me, as it were. It's fine. I'll find something. I've been having quite a nice morning of just looking around at stuff and trying to work out what the rest of my setup's going to be like. So, and it looks like I'm really keen to find a desk and get it ordered, because it looks like it might take a while for a desk to be delivered. So, and obviously I can't really do anything about my setup until a desk has arrived. Let me know if you can help with anything. Thank you. At the moment I'm just window shopping a load of desks and looking at the measurements and stuff. The other annoyance is there's a load of desks that have like little shelves on top, but the desk is the little shelves are just never deep enough to put a monitor on. I'd quite like to put the monitor on a shelf, but we'll see. Andre says, hey, well, I will absolutely not have time to stay because I've got to work, but I want to say hi, and we'll keep the tab open instead with the sound muted. Thank you. I know I could get a monitor arm. That's an option. I will consider a monitor arm as an option, for sure. But I appreciate it would give me loads of desk real estate. Especially just because for me as well, because I'm not using... Because I don't use a desktop, I use a laptop, so I need to still have space to be able to put a laptop on the desk, and I know I could get multiple screens that way. That's also true, I could do that. I could get multiple screens that way and just set my laptop open so we'll still run with the screen shut. But we'll see. I'm just trying to... At the moment, the laptop is effectively my second screen. Oh, hey, hey. Hey, Richard. Lovely to have you join us. We're just fighting a big, like, grass squid octopus thing, as you can see. And talking about the fact that I found a really nice desk. I know I was showing you the chair, not the desk. I found a really nice desk that I really liked, but I've realised it's not going to fit in the space that I wanted to go in. So I'm having to find a new desk. And we're just discussing options and having monitor arms and all sorts to give me more real estate. Oh, and the other issue I'm having is because it's going in a bedroom. You know, it's going, as I mentioned, as you both know, it's going in my guest room. So I don't want it to look officey. Treat yourself. You've already told me this, and you're trying to persuade me to buy headsets that I just do not need, that are £150. And you're just living vicariously. I know this is what you're doing, Richard. Welcome to everyone else who's joined. Playing some Final Fantasy 14 and just chatting with you all at the moment about the stuff I'm trying to do to my setup. Yeah, but the guest room won't be used constantly, will it? I wouldn't bother too much trying to keep it guessy enough. It bothers me. I want it to look... So I want a desk and a chair that look more like a home desk and a chair than an office desk and a chair, if that makes sense. I don't want it to look like an office. I don't mind, you know, you can get some nice stuff with nice looks, but it's trying to find the sweet spot between practicality and look. And I find I'm trying to find a lot of the stuff that looks like home stuff is smaller. So it's trying to find, you know, something that's big enough and looks like home stuff and looks nice and, you know. Oh, we do have guests quite a lot. I think it's part of living in London. Everyone's just like, hey, you've got a room in London I can stay in. Isn't that convenient that I don't have to spend a load of money staying in London? It's like, yeah. And my mum comes and stays a lot. If my mum isn't happy with the room, I'm gonna, like, hear it constantly. Won't hear the end of it. feel like I've just been on autopilot through this dungeon. I've done it so many times. I must have done this dungeon like 30 times though. Oh, okay. Miku Miyamoto definitely wants me to do a bigger pull. Fine. I will do a bigger pull if that's what you want, Miku. Getting fed up. I'm just trying to have a nice, relaxed dungeon run. Is there anything wrong with that? Your funeral, Miku. If we go bigger, we squish. Oh, right. Fine, we're gonna go big in the next dungeon. We do the whole thing at double pulls. Show off. When lockdown finishes, you need to come and see my setup. You need to see each other in general as soon as lockdown finishes. I can't wait, Richard, because like I miss you. I miss you, girl. I've not seen you since what, New Year's, which feels like an eternity ago. I mean, to be fair, it is like 4.5 months ago now. But yes, you'll be able to come and see my setup. My setup's going to improve tomorrow because I have a new webcam coming here tomorrow, which I'm super excited about. I finally found it in stock somewhere because all of the webcams have been out of stock. So as of, which way am I walking? As of tomorrow, when I'm looking at the screen to play, you'll actually see me looking at you at the same time, which is going to be revolutionary. Instead of this whole like to and fro. And so I'm going to put the chat on the same screen, and it's going to be amazing. You'll be able to see everything that's going on. That one. Exciting. It is exciting, and hopefully it'll be better quality camera. I'm going to look fabulous. I'm hoping it's going to help with some of the low lighting in here. Some of the lighting, if it works better. Because at the moment I'm still just using the webcam built into my laptop, which is obviously not the greatest. Afternoon, Tom. Lovely to see you, as always. How are you? How are your Final Fantasy times going? Have you been playing much? Do tell me all. Hopefully making your way towards Heaven's Ward now, I'm guessing. Richard, Tom and I were really disappointed the other day, and I don't know if you realise that we were chatting about pizza toppings on stream, and I was talking about how much you hate pineapple on pizza toppings, and then Tom went and started a discussion about it in the Discord, and you just didn't rise to the bait. I completely thought you would just start like raging about pineapple on pizzas. But you didn't. It was a bit disappointing. Silly question, can you get this game on console? You can get this game on console. So I am currently playing it on PlayStation 4. You can get it on PlayStation 4 or PC or Mac. Can't currently get it on Xbox. They do endlessly keep talking about wanting to put it on Xbox, and no one is quite sure what the issue is. It's suspected that the issue is that Sony are not being very nice about crossplay. So we shall see, but they certainly won't put it on unless they can have full crossplay. I mean, it's all on their servers anyway. It's not even on Sony's servers. Not on Xbox at the moment, no. It's not even on Sony's servers, so no one really knows what the issue is. But yeah, they keep talking about how they want to make it happen, but it hasn't. And I guess for Square, originally it wasn't a priority because games, they were thinking about their Japanese market. And your Japanese market isn't playing it on an Xbox in the slightest. Sony being Sony, I wrong. Well, as I say, that's suspected. No one knows if that's why. Because certainly there's proper crossplay between PC and my brain's gonna catch up with me. There's proper crossplay between PC and PlayStation. So I play on both, and I can just like move my character backwards and forwards and things, which is great. But yeah, no Xbox. I know how into your Xbox you've got, so that's why I've not gone so heavy on you as the others to try and get you to play. Because I know you love your Xbox. But yeah, it is annoying. It'd be great to have it on Xbox, so that people on Xbox with Xboxes could play it as well. I mean, it would also be great to have it on Switch, but I just don't see how Switch would cope with it. They're getting better though, so I guess it might be a matter of time. Yeah, I think there might be. I suspect there'll be a big push with the new consoles, because obviously, you know, they should be able to have it on PlayStation 5 straight away because it's going to be backwards compatible with PlayStation 4 games. So it's good for them that they're not going to, apart from maybe, you know, some patches to take advantage of the capabilities, they're not going to have to do anything to make it work. And I guess it's also, you know, it's a subscription-based game, so it's a subscription-based game, so really they want it as many places as possible because they make money out of people paying monthly to play the game. So they would clearly like more people to be able to pay the game. Play to pay the game? Pay to play the game. Not that a subscription is very expensive. It's like, I think my subscription is like $8.99 a month. So, which, you know, is I guess it's like the same I pay for my Netflix and stuff, and I probably spend more on this than I spend on my Netflix or anything. So, for me, it's totally cost effective. And also, thankfully, you don't. Tom pays every 3 months. You can pay every 3 months, and it's cheaper. The only reason I can't remember why I didn't. I paid for 3 months initially to get the because the best refer a friend bonuses that you get for being referred by someone you don't get until you've had a continuous 3-month subscription. So paying for 3 months up front was the easiest way to get that. But yeah, you can pay 3 months. I just have it on a monthly recurring thing. It works for me at the moment. I just don't have to worry about it. It just goes. I assume you get it cheaper every 3 months, Tom. So they give you a slight discount. Oh, you can do this again. We're not doing very high damage per second today. Because he's doing this mechanic for the 3rd time. I don't think I've really ever seen this mechanic happen 3 times. So... You think it's like 21 quid. Okay, that does sound a little bit cheaper. Although it might also be, because I know there are 2 tiers of subscription. I'm on the higher tier, so I don't know whether that would make a difference. But yeah, it needs to be on Xbox, Richard. This is what I'm saying. Xbox, Xbox, Xbox. Let our Xbox brethren come and play. And because I also heard someone else say, like, oh, but the issue is, you know, what happens if you're on a PlayStation and you're playing with someone on an Xbox and you need to report them? How does that happen? It's like, well, it's not really an issue in a game like with crossplay. It's like, it's not really an issue in a game like Final Fantasy XIV because it's subscription based and I can complain to Final Fantasy XIV. I can complain to Square, and Square will ban them if they need to ban them. You know, it's really not a problem. I'm just going to check to see if any of the cat boys are playing. It doesn't look like it. Okay. I'm going to exit that. Oh, what have I done? What have I done? I've gone into a totally different window. There we go. 25. I see that sounds about what I pay. Because I'm sure I'm £8 something. Bye, Harch. Love you. I hope you're, are you going off to do your uni stuff? Is that what you're off to do? Whatever it is you're off to do, I hope it goes well. Anyway. For those who are staying, we are going to go and do another level 80 dungeon. So this time I'm going to run something called Expert Roulette. Oh, you're going off to play Mass Effect 3. Cool. Well, we'll come and raid you when we're finished, and I'll dump everyone into your stream, so they can all see. So anyone who's still here when I finish, I will send them your way, because I'm nice like that. If I can work out how to do, that's what I don't really understand how to do raids, but we will work that out. I don't know how to do it in this one. We'll get it to work. I just don't know how to do it in OBS, OBS Streamlabs. Well, anyway, I'm queuing again. I'm queuing for a duty, so I'm going to zoom back in a bit, because I don't like it being zoomed out. So in fact, re the console question, this game actually used to be on PlayStation 3 as well, which was a little bit of a surprise to people. But they were really adamant, Square Enix, because they had promised when they originally did Final Fantasy XIV, they promised that there was going to be a PlayStation 3 version. I wonder if it will be on PS5. I mean, it will be, Tom, because it's PS5 is backwards compatible with PlayStation 4 games, so they can have it there from day one. The question is whether we're going to have to pay for a new client or not. I mean, I would hope they would let you play for 3, and then if you want to get like patches, they're going to optimize it and stuff. You're going to have to pay. I wouldn't mind paying to kind of like run it. Did it run okay on PS3? It did run okay on PS3, from what I understand. So as I said, the original version, the version that they actually destroyed completely, and you can no longer play because it was a disaster. They promised it would be on PS3, so they really wanted the game to be on PS3. They were really adamant it would be, even though by the time the new version came out, PS4 was the more logical place to put it. And yeah, it did run okay, but it's definitely you can see it in the game. You can see that it definitely held it back what they could do. So A Realm Reborn, which is the base game, and Heaven's Ward, which is the first expansion, were both on PS3. And it means that once you get to the second expansion, you really notice the difference. The dungeons start being like much more visually impressive, because suddenly they've got the power that they can use to make everything more visually impressive, because they're not having to make it work for PlayStation 3 as well as PC. So yeah, so I believe it ran okay, but they were throttling what it could do, because they didn't want it to not run okay. If that makes sense. Although I think as well, I think they gave free PlayStation 4 copies to, oh god, I'm gonna squish, to people who had it on PS3. So I'm hopeful they might do the same again. This healer is not keeping me alive at all. Okay. I have died. Okay, let me just try and tidy all of this up. Sorry, thanks, Richard. Love you lots. Have a good afternoon. I'm just going to pay attention to the game much more closely for a moment while I try and get all of this sorted, because that did not go to plan. Oh, the healer was disconnected. Oh, okay. The healer isn't here. This would explain why. There was no healer. That would explain why this all went horribly wrong. Sorry, one moment everyone, I'm just typing something into the game. Right, so we have no healer, so we're gonna need to see if we can get this sorted. We're not gonna do very well in a level 80 dungeon without a healer. Because we need to be at least 5 minutes in until we can vote kick, so we are slightly stuck. You had this happen with the tank. I know, it's so annoying. Hopefully, I mean, they've disconnected. Hopefully they get it sorted, and then we can just get rolling again. But we shall see. All the funs of online games. And it's super frustrating. It really is frustrating. Oh. Yeah, they're here. I'll just give them a moment for their MP to get up. Okay. Let's try again. Here we go. I'm still going to go with the... Oh, no, okay, the healer's clearly wanting to pull bigger. The healer is moving. Fine. Let's try again. Let's go with the same size of pull. It's always the tanks and the healers that it happens as well with, Tom, isn't it? And it's like, it's so frustrating because they're the ones that you queue the longest for to get a replacement. It's kind of like to make it extra hard for you. There we go, I got that one. There we go, we're off and rolling. Okay, here we go. This is getting better already. How am I today anyway? I'm alright. I'm not great, but I'm alright, Tom. I've not been sleeping particularly well this week. And yesterday it really caught up with me. And then I still didn't sleep that well last night. I think I slept better, so I feel less tired than I did. But I deliberately went to bed early, and then I was awake 4 or 5 times in the night. So, hoping that I can get some decent sleep over the weekend. Because if this continues, it's going to really start to become a problem. I don't do well when I don't sleep well. How are you, Tom? As I say, yeah, I'm good. I'm just, yeah, that's kind of taking the edge off, if that makes sense. You hope I will too. Thank you. I know I tend to get... But it's interesting. I tend to not sleep because of anxiety. So normally my anxiety is up when I'm not sleeping, but that's normally because it's the anxiety that's stopping me sleeping. But I don't feel anxious, so I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the weather, if it's just my routine totally changing now that I'm not working. Something has thrown my sleep all out of kilter. You're not too bad. You had a bit of a dramatic morning, but it's all sorted now. Well, I'm glad to hear it's sorted. If if you want to talk about anything, of course, I'm always happy to talk about it. If you don't want to talk about it, that's fine. You don't have to, but I'm glad it's sorted. That's the good thing. For sure. Here we go, boss time. So this boss is all about magic brooms, which we're going to see appear around the outside, and which cause horrible AoEs. Same to you, by the way, my DM's always open. Thank you. I'm always so touched by how many people say that. I feel like I don't want people to worry. I do talk to people, but thank you. It's always nice to know there are more people that I can talk to if I need to. Oh god, this is... I've probably slightly messed this one up. Here we go, here we go, here we go. No, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. Good, I avoided all the AoEs. You'll find, Tom, when you get to Shadowbringers that you get a whole load of AoEs that you just don't get any markers for and things, or any warning of, and it all becomes about reading the room and things. Which is fine once you get used to it. It's just getting used to it is a bit of a pain. We shall see how this goes. It's going pretty well. Got to keep your eyes peeled. You have got to keep your eyes peeled. It's why I'm so looking forward to when I have my new setup for this, which I'll be able to start from. I've got a new webcam. I don't know if you heard that bit. I've got a webcam arriving tomorrow. That I'm having a standalone webcam. Oh shit! I got hit by that one. Having a standalone webcam for the first time. So you were here. You were definitely here. So that means I'm going to be able to use for the big monitor. Because when I'm looking at it, I'll be looking at all of you. I'll be able to put the game and the chat and everything all in the same place. So it's going to make it a lot easier to keep my eye on the chat, to be looking... There we go. To be looking at all of you lot, you know, so you can see me looking direct to the camera, you know, do all of that without having to move my head constantly. So that's going to be easier. And I was super pleased because it's finally back in stock. This camera's been out of stock everywhere. And finally it's in stock. It was in stock at Curry's. The only ways to get it were to buy it on eBay, but everyone was selling it for like even like £50 more than the normal price. And I was just like, I am not paying that much money for a webcam. This is a bit ridiculous. So I was super pleased. I looked on eBay again today, and I don't know if you've ever seen Curry's sell stuff on eBay. And it was like, Curry's can sell it on eBay. It was like, does that mean it's... And I checked, I was like, it's in stock! It was super exciting. I guess it's all because, you know, I didn't intend to become a streamer. It just happened. There was no big plan, so now I'm kind of like, haha, for regular price. Yeah. There was no big plan. I mean, it means I've not got it less than normal price. Whereas I can see, like, normally Amazon would sell it cheaper than that, but fine. You know, it's cost me like 10 quid more. I'm just pleased to have got one. Yeah, I didn't plan to become a streamer. You know, so all I did was I got the, I got my capture card, because I was doing the charity thing. I got my capture card, and I got the microphone. That was all I got. I already had the gaming laptop and figured that would be fine, and you know, it was fine to stream through, thankfully. And still will be fine to stream through, you know, as long as I wouldn't be able to play like really high-end PC games, you know, with really swanky graphics and stream from it. That would be too much. But now it means I'm kind of like trying to play catch up on everything. So, you know, I've gradually been buying things, but I've also not been buying... You know, I bought a light, but I got a cheap light, so I need to get my light sorted. But I'm gonna be having a. The reason I'm talking about this desk is we're gonna set up a new streaming station for me in our guest room. So I also feel like there's, you know, I don't want to do too much to the lighting until I've got the camera and I'm in the guest room, because then I can, you know, check. Where is the one that I've not got? There's one that I've not got somewhere. Don't use. I'm trying to find the one I've not got. Arg. Healers that use rescue irritate me immensely. Also, like, it's mostly you're just not. Your healing potency is a bit low. There we go. This healer's proper annoyed me now. You've got it, you've never used it. Yeah, I know. I would only use it for, like... I've got it on my hotbars, but, like, I would use it for, like, if I'm in a raid, like, if I'm in, I don't know if you know the final boss in Labyrinth of the Ancients, the first of the Crystal Tower raids. You know, people will wipe if they don't get to the safe spot, so I might use it to pull someone to the safe spot. You know, on a big boss mechanic. I'm not really going to use it on a mob. Right, okay. Boss number 2. Anyway, I'm going to stop getting annoyed by that healer. I'm going to play well. Do everything I need to do. Where is... Here is. Shit. No one's moved this one. I'll move it, shall I? There we go. If I have to. Oh, I didn't... What, the actual? I didn't manage to move it in time. Oh, this dungeon's not going terribly well, and I'm not enjoying it. I don't want it to be over. Just be over now. I'm not enjoying this anymore. I'm bored now. I want to... Oh, don't come and stack with me. Ah. Yeah, I'm going to go and stand where the tank is standing. Time for you to log on now. Whoop, whoop, whoop. What are you up to? Are you still leveling your white mage? Silly noobs. Well, they may or may not be noobs. I can't tell if they're a noob or just not respecting the fact that the tank has to find a space, and the tank is important. I'm hoping we've at least not ended up with an ad this time. Yeah, we haven't ended up with an ad. Fine. They're a Dragoon as well. It's always the Dragoons. You're heading to Snowcloak still. Excellent. Okay, cool. Well, if you're heading to Snowcloak, that means you're making... why is the one that... If you're heading to Snowcloak, that also means you're making good progress now through the patches. So that's exciting. Got so up in my head about this boss now. Yeah, the Dragoon's just died. The Dragoon is a fool. It's definitely the Dragoon that's causing the trouble. And now the healer's died. What is going on in this boss? This is not a complicated boss. Right, I will keep popping mitigation, because I can absolutely beat this thing. Oh, the healer's gone offline. Oh, fuck. Okay, that explains it now. Come on, come on, come on, come on. We should just try and take the boss out. During all of these. Oh, I haven't got much mitigation left. Can I do it? 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 Oh! Ugh. I died on 0.2%. Kick the healer. I mean, the healer's offline again. Oh, the healer's back. I can't believe I was on 0.2%. Oh. One more hit. One more piece of mitigation available to me, and I would have managed that. That's a real bugger. Hard. Oh, hey, Captain. I didn't see you pop in, Captain Fell. I'm just getting stressed at a boss. Where is the healer? Nearly here. Okay, fine. Oh, this is stressing me out. The boss and these people and everything. Just can't even. Okay, here we go. We're up again. OMG, my net. Oh no, is the healer gone again? No. Oh, good god. I mean, if the healer went again, I would be, like, crying. I got it this time. And we'll see. The healer's saying something about their internet, which doesn't inspire me with confidence. I just need the healer to really not disconnect again. Because we can all do as good a job as we want. If the healer keeps disconnecting, we're fucked. Why is the healer just stood in that AoE? Oh no! Uh-oh. I think it's heading south again. Let's see. I guess we gotta just stay as calm as we can for as long as we can. I've gotta use my mitigation sensibly. This way. We got them all. That one's fine, that one's fine. Yeah, okay. Dragoon has understood what he needs to do. Excellent, no ads. Here we go, here we go. I think we might have it this time, you know. Although we've lost the Dragoon. The Dragoon just decided to stand in the AoE. Not living my best life, Tom. I'm not living my best life. Oh, welcome to the people who joined. You're just watching me get stressed at this party that I'm running stuff with. We've got a healer who keeps disconnecting. We've got a Dragoon who doesn't really know what they're doing, keeps standing in AoEs. When the two combined, we wipe. Oh, it's a whole load of stress. thankfully, this is boss number 2 of the dungeon. So, we can get this over and done with. And then I can get rid of the stress. That would be nice. Okay. Yep, we got it. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I just kind of feel too fucking stressed to even want to celebrate it. Celebrate victory. Oh. We'll see if we can get there this time. For anyone who is watching and you're like, I have no fucking idea what's going on in this game, that's fair enough, because I'm playing level 80 content. I will be running, starting on Sunday at 8 PM UK time. Every Sunday I'm going to be doing a Final Fantasy XIV for Beginners stream. So what we're going to do on Sunday when we play is we're going to pick up a new job. I'm going to go pick up a job at level 1 and start working my way through the game with that job. So it'll be a really nice, hopefully relaxed, less frantic stream. Chance for people to kind of ask questions, for me to explain what's going on. We're going to start it really simply with, you know, not a lot of abilities, because as you can see I have a lot of them everywhere. So we'll start it really simply and kind of build it up from there. And that is the plan, because I know lots of people are kind of interested in the game, but find watching this without knowing what's going on a little bit overwhelming, which I don't really blame you for finding this, you know, overwhelming if you don't have kind of a basic background in the game. So that is the plan. So do come along to that. Have you decided what job I'm going to start with? Yeah, I am actually. I think I'm going to go and get Lancer, which becomes Dragoon. Either go and get Lancer or go and get Monk. I like. You can tell from the fact that I'm a tank. You know, I like physical jobs. I like being up close and personal. I don't really want to be ranged. So Lancer and Monk will give me what I want there. So that is the plan. I do quite like the look of Dancer as well, Tom, which I know is your... Dancer is your Bay. But obviously it starts at level 60, so that's not going to suit me for these purposes. Oi, Sir Javith, come here. You're annoying me immensely. So that is the plan. Have a big lance. Oh, who keeps drawing this guy away? It's annoying me immensely. Have a big lance and see how we get on. And it does need to be a DPS because I haven't got any tanks or healers that are left at level 1. I've dealt with all of them already. So, yeah. So that's the plan. I think probably Lancer. I quite like the look of Lancer. And I'm sure they don't have to be dicks, unlike pretty much every Lancer I've ever come across. Today's example included, they all just act like idiots, but I don't think they have to explicitly act like idiots. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, I guess another option would have been Ninja, but I've already got a level 30 Ninja. So, that's also not going to work. Yeah, so I fancy Dragoon. So Dragoon is going to be my, well, hopefully will be my second level 80 DPS. Because I'm hoping, obviously, that I'm doing Scholar, so I'm going to get Summoner to level 80, just through doing Scholar. That's the plan. You did Aurum Vale as a dancer the other day. Oh boy, that was fun. Oh, how do you feel about Aurum Vale in general? I'm not a fan. I know that lots of others aren't fans. Yeah. No to the Aurum Vale. Boo the Aurum Vale. Aurum Vale is quite stressful for tanks and for healers. You like it? Okay. I mean, I don't hate it as much as I used to. I just find it quite dull, I think. And that first room can be a bit stressful if people don't know what they're doing. In that first room, you can get, especially as a tank, you get people just run off and they pull a load of other stuff that they're not meant to be pulling. Which is not helpful. Right, we are now up to the boss. So we're going to do that. I thought I might get through 3 duties today, but you know what? It's taken us an hour to do 2. We're not even finished on the second one. It's taken us an hour plus. But there we go. Mostly because this one has taken us a long time. The first one was fine. We just got through with no trouble. So this is a big fiery boss. Welcome to whoever's just joined us. We're just on the final boss of this dungeon. It is a level 80 dungeon. So if you've not played before, there might be a lot going on the screen. As I was just explaining, I'm doing a kind of Final Fantasy for Beginners stream on Sunday, so that is worth checking out if you're interested in Final Fantasy 14. And you kind of want someone to explain to you what's going on and to be able to kind of get used to it at a slower pace. Definitely come on to that. 8 PM Sunday, UK time. And it's going to be good. And it'll give you an opportunity to ask me lots of questions, because it will also mean that I am doing stuff that demands less of my attention. So I've got lots of time to chat to you and answer your questions about the game. Because it is an amazing game. It is like so good. It's just obscene how good it is. And I love it to pieces, but I can clearly see that it's overwhelming to watch it when you don't know what's going on. So yeah, trying to kind of fix that for you all. Paying attention to this boss for a moment. There we go. Sure I keep this away from all the furniture. I don't want this boss destroying the furniture. As strange as that sounds. Scorching left. Over this side. I was in the right side. God, I nearly moved into that area of effect attack rather than away from it, which would not have been fun. Okay, where have we got furniture? Here we go. Okay, cool. Get away from the furniture. Okay, we're all pretty much away from it. Oh, we might have destroyed that chandelier though. Yep, chandelier gone. I think we're fine. I think we have enough pieces of furniture left. Looks not be an issue. Excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat today. At least this boss is going well, eh, Tom? After all of the stress in the bosses leading up to it. You know, it didn't go brilliantly. It's nice to have a boss that's going well. Going really smoothly, very nicely and easily. A bit less stress for the final boss in the dungeon after all the stress of the initial ones. Number 4. So number 2. Number 3. You're going to be stood right in the path. I'm going to move so you're not going to be stood in the path. We need to do that. There we go, 4. Done. Attack the boss right into the corner. Can't cause anyone else any trouble that way. Oh. Go. %26% and coming down. We're nearly there. We are nearly there. At last, we are nearly there. Oh, it's bloody well taken long enough to get through this dungeon. We've been here forever. Look at that, we've been over 30 minutes. This person has just died. I think this is an example of, you got this. I think we have got this. Although the summoner dying is a good example of why this dungeon might have been taking us over 30 minutes. Certainly it feels like our damage per second is really low. You know, this is not high damage per second. Everything is just taking forever. Oh, now we lost our up. For fuck's sake. It'd be nice if we could just have some DPS who could actually stay alive. I'm absolutely going to commend the healer, because the healer's put up with a lot in this dungeon. I think the healer probably deserves all of our commends. Poor healer. Poor healer. All the stress of healing. A load of DPS who seem incapable of staying out of AoE or staying alive. Come on, someone do limit break. We can do this. We don't even need to be... Oh, fuck's sake. Just do limit break. There we go. Like, it's not difficult. Commending the healer. Well, we got there. We did got it. We did got it. We had it. We got it. We made it. I got 2 commendations. I don't think I deserved those, Captain Fell. There is no way I deserve commendations. That was just a fucking mess from beginning to end, to be perfectly honest. Oh, I've got post. This is fun to watch. You played a lot of FF... You've put FF... Oh, FF11. Okay, cool. Is it really similar to FF11, or does it differ? I know that when they originally brought out the original version of 14, they made it exceptionally similar, and that was part of the issue. They kind of didn't innovate at all. Visually, it looks really similar. Okay. There's this really fascinating documentary on YouTube about Final Fantasy 14. I can't remember, wait, I'm going to look up what it's called. Yeah, the original 14 was an abortion. And that's what this documentary is about. There's a really interesting documentary about... the first episode is all about the development of the original, the launch of the original, like all going wrong. And then the second documentary is about the patches that they did between 1.0 and 2.0. And the third one's all about them rebuilding and, you know, relaunching with The Realm Reborn and kind of everything that I took. And it's a really fascinating documentary. And kind of has just given me so much respect for... Yeah, it is really interesting. Let me look up what it's called and I can tell you. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to just put it into YouTube and see what I get. It's about 2 hours in total. So the first episode's an hour. And then the other 2 episodes are about 30 seconds, about 30 minutes each. So it's not too long. Ooh. Oh, you can hear that. I can hear the paste box in the background. Making of. Oh, here we go. It's by No Clip. That's who it's by. You've been waiting so many years for 14. It came out and you couldn't target enemies. Yeah. I mean, you should come back. It's like, it's meant to be really, really good in comparison. I mean, this is the only one I've played. I forgot my friend had sent me that. Ooh, and I've got rewards because I've been playing for long enough. And take all my Wild Rose gear. Yeah, it's a really good documentary. This is meant to be worlds better. I mean, I think this is amazing. So, and I do have, in fact, the person who I refer to in Final Fantasy 14 terms as my granddad. So he, it's a guy called Ruben who persuaded me to start playing, and Mike persuaded Ruben to start playing. So I view him as my Final Fantasy 14 granddad. He's been playing since the beginning, since the aborted version, and he loves it. So. But then I guess he did stick with it, so... but you should definitely give it a go, and the thing that's really, really good is that there is a free trial that is amazing. If you don't have a heap of time on your hands, does it feel like you can get a lot of enjoyment out of the game? I think so. I mean, I guess it also depends what you mean by a heap of time. Because there's, you know... I guess it depends how much is not a heap. You know, if you're only playing a couple of hours a week, it's going to take you forever. But I think you can play in some, if you can play a couple of hours every few days, I think you'd make progress quite quickly. You could definitely have lots of fun. You're just going to progress through things more slowly. But I guess the key thing is, it's going to take a time investment in the first place to get up to the dungeons and stuff, because dungeons don't start until level 15. So there's a time investment to get there initially, but then really you can go at the pace you want to. You don't have to do what I've done and put in like 900 hours in 9 months. Probably the less said about that, the better. I'm just doing some super fun inventory management. But there we go, that's dealt with. I'm trying to think if I should run something else. There's not a huge amount of time left until I was going to stop streaming. I might go do a quick trial roulette, because I could do a trial for sure and spend not too much time. And if you do want to try it, Captain, let me know. I'm happy to kind of like advise, answer questions. Oh wait, I need to not hand in all this stuff. And I can give you a recommend a friend code and all that kind of stuff. Perfectly happy to do all of that. The loincloth I want to keep, because Nini likes to wear not many clothes. And unsurprisingly, the loincloth is not very... doesn't cover a lot of him, should we say. You're in Cutter's Cry with a rogue. Okay, why is it being with a rogue a particular thing in Cutter's... Oh! I'm with you now, Tom. You're in Cutter's Cry with a rogue. That's not good. A rogue has no place in Cutter's Cry. They should definitely be a ninja, not a rogue by that point. I don't know why people do that. Like, literally, just why? It just makes no sense to me in the slightest. Why you would do that at all. Oh. I'm just going to pop to my room to put some stuff in my glamour dresser, and then we'll do a quick trial. Probably as a paladin, because that's the job that I've been leveling. Glamour dresser. I've got loads of stuff here. Wild Rose Bandana's going in. Wild Rose Cuirass is going in. Wild Rose Arm Guards are going in. Phlegethon's Loincloth is going in. There we go. Awesome. And I've got 99 Glamour Prisms to put up for sale. It's going to help get me more money, because I like having my money. 322. Oh, prices are quite low today, though. There we go. And I can get rid of this. Retain and sell items. Have retain and sell items. Have retain and sell items. Have retain and sell items. Get rid of this as well. Get rid of this. And get rid of this. What's that one? That's my green tea set. Awesome. Better. Tidier inventory. Always makes me happy. Right. Let's switch over to Paladin, and we'll go do a trial roulette, and then I think we're going to be done for the day. Welcome to whoever's joined. We've been doing some level 80 stuff, but... Oh. Where... There we go, okay. I've obviously just not reassigned the gear set, that's why my Paladin's suddenly in his pants. But I'm now going to do a trial roulette as my Paladin, just to wrap up. So we'll see what we get. What job we get for the Paladin. And that's going to kind of be us for the day. But we shall see what we get first? So my paladin is a tank, uses a sword and shield. As you can can obviously see the shield on my back. Voila. It's kind of gladiatorial style job. And it's kind of quite heavy on mitigation and things, about mitigating stuff for other people in the party. Which doesn't really suit my style, but it's my final tank that I need to level up, so... Let's find out what GT we're going to get. So this is going to be an 8-player boss. It's going to be the final steps of faith. Okay. The original Warrior of Light. No, the original Warrior of Light was a warrior. Not a paladin. Cool. So we're going to do this 8-player boss. Let's see how we get on. With some mild Heavensward spoilers, Tom, FYI. If you've not made it through all the Heavensward stuff previously, I know you had a character before, but I don't know how to find your gods. It's a level 60. Oh, you meant in Final Fantasy 1. Okay, I'm with you now. You meant the original. Got it. That makes more sense. So we're fighting this massive dragon called Nidhogg. Yeah, this will be a bit spoilery, Tom. As I say, FYI, if you've not done the Heavensward patches before, this boss is a bit spoilery. Oh, this sounds like ads. Make sure I've drawn at least one of them to make life easier for everyone. That's not attacking the other tank, so you're gonna come over here, please. Let's make sure it's the tanks that are attacking people. So if they're not attacking the tanks, everyone's gonna squish. That'll be great. And here comes Nidhogg again. I think we need to stand in these, don't we? I'm trying to remember if that's a stand in or don't stand in them one. Never remember with some of these mechanics. Like, you get the same thing effectively, but the exact opposite. Trying to tell which one you're meant to be doing can be a challenge. Target. Oh. No, I'm shifting with the AoEs, that's not helping. Over here. Back on the boss. This is going well though, this is going much more smoothly than all of my level 80 content went earlier. So this does make me happy to have a much smoother ride of things. Everyone's looking pretty okay as well. I'm not even needing to mitigate that much for us. Let's get shots away from everyone. Back to the boss. This is going really well. See, this is how it should be. No stress. Just enjoying the content. Playing away. This is how we like our games. As you can see, this is fairly epic because although this falls within the story, it's one of those where it's an epic, symbolic, important moment. Falafel. Did you see that name, Tom? This black mage is called Falafel. So taking a screenshot of the name because people just aren't going to believe me that there was someone called Falafel. Falafel. They must be Falafel, isn't it? I can't say it properly. But they didn't look like they were a lalafel. Falafel. Okay, I'm just giving up trying to say that. Tongue twister name. Right, Nidhogg, you're nearly dealt with. It is the best name. Oh, people are already saying good game, which is... like, we're not there yet. Calm down. Here it is. Here they are. Examine. Falafel. Saving a screenshot. That's what we want. They're not a lalafel though. That's confusing. Who's left who I can... oh, Falafel Lalafel is gone, so I can't commend Falafel Lalafel. I should commend it before I took a screenshot. Right, so that is, I think, about it for today. But we are going to go and raid Hutch's stream. He is playing. What is he playing? Mass Effect 3. I'm just going to check that note exactly. Let's see if we get this right, because it's my first time attempting to raid. Underscore, okay. Let's see if we can get this right, people. Oh. Here we go. So we're going to go and raid. We're just going over to his one instead. And I will be back in terms of when I'm playing again. We're going to play... playing Bayonetta 2 tomorrow at 2 PM UK time, and at 8 PM tomorrow, 8 PM Sunday, I'm going to be back on Final Fantasy 14, doing my Final Fantasy 14 for beginners stuff. So, let's raid now. Here we go. We are in... come off my one as well.